just one kiss, it was just one night, one walk in the park. It was just one move, it was just two hands and two beating hearts, and a little help from above. It turned out to be the kiss before love.
It was just one smile, it was just one look, and just one voice. It was just one move, it was just one touch. You were my choice, and a little help from above. It turned out to be the kiss before love.
Before love. Through life with me, I never thought you'd be the girl who'd ride with me right through this world. I really can't believe it's me. A little help from above. It turned out to be the kiss before love. Before love. Just one kiss,
just one voice.
It was just two hands.
You were my choice.
A little help from above. It turned out to be the kiss before love. Before love.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Are you ready? It's showtime. Please welcome Tim Kelly. From Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world.
Monday, I was dragging like a rusty old wagon. Tires all flattened, got it down back. This late night red eye overtime habit. Tuesday, Wednesday, no better. Thursday, felt like forever. This struggle bus gotta lead to something. Hello, Friday, I could kiss you. The weeks work me way too hard. I'm gonna toast you with a past blue and thank the good Lord for this bar. Maybe I'll ask a cowboy to dance. Yeah, I think see my chance staring from across the room, looking like he's in a dancing mood. Hello, Friday, I could kiss you. Put my lips on a long neck, drink a little of my paycheck. Jackpot jukebox when I hear that throwback. George Jones takes me way back like a Kodak. And I'm smiling, cause you're right on time. And finally, hello Friday, I could kiss you. The weeks work me way too hard. I'm gonna toast you with a Pabst Blue and thank the good Lord for this bar. Maybe I'll ask a cowboy to dance. Yeah, I think I see my chance staring from across the room, looking like he's in a dancing mood. Hello, Friday, I could kiss you. Too hard. I'm gonna toast you with a Pabst or two and thank the good Lord for this bar. Maybe I'll ask a cowboy to dance. Yeah, I think I see my chance staring from across the room, looking like he's in a dancing mood. Hello, Friday, I could kiss you. The weekend really gets me in the mood. Hello, Friday, I could kiss you.
Her name is Shayna G with our Friday anthem song. It is called Hello Friday. I got to introduce her to the big stage at Freedom Jam USA back in 2023, and I have loved that song ever since. When I heard it, I'm like, that is got to be the new Music Friday anthem. The Kiss Before Love kicking us off tonight with the great group Straight South, who I met about 12 years ago in Nashville, Tennessee, and they are Steve and Kathleen Fortin, good friends of mine. We've been friends ever since, absolutely, and welcome to the show, everybody. This is the Tim Kelly Show's Throwback Thursday and Throwback Friday. I'm sorry, Throwback New Music Friday, and I'm going to be playing lots of great music tonight that you probably never heard on this program as we one more time celebrate 14 years of doing the program this month. And so stay tuned. We got lots of great stuff coming up, and I've got lots of artists that now are big time that you're going to hear on this program, and the songs that started it all and launched their careers in country music. I want to give a big thank you and shout out to all of the stations that replay this program. Great radio stations like KUHS Denver at KUHSdenver.com, Country Road 58 from Germany, countryradio.musicbox4friends.com from Belgium, down to roadradio.com, Bourbon Trail Radio, Radio 94.3 in Sweden, Boone Country in Canada, Hot and Funky Radio at 957, hotandfunkyradio.com, KWradio.com. We are also on TexasBrewRadio.com in Texas, the Music Room in the UK. And I want to mention, too, I've got a couple of great radio interviews tonight on the program helping me celebrate the 14-year anniversary of this show. My good friend Randy Seymour from Texas will be up in about 20 minutes in hour number 1, and then Craig Hendricks in hour number 2. You don't want to miss those stories behind the songs as well. This next artist, formerly Kate Hastings with the Kate Hastings Band, they are now Hastings & Co. This is called American Love on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this Throwback New Music Friday.
It's like fireworks flying on the 4th of July, lighting up the midnight air. It's warm summer nights trying to win a prize down at the county fair. Well, it's you and me, baby, young, wild, and crazy kids, free falling hard in American love. American love. free like an eagle soaring when we go speeding down that old highway. Head out the window just to feel the wind blow, sun shining on your face. And it's singing along at the top of our lungs. Born in the USA, it's American love. And it's red like my lipstick on your face. And it's blue like those tears when you're away. And it's white like a wedding dress. Baby, I've been blessed and I just wanna stay forever in American love. It's grass stained jeans, your arms around me in the middle of a country show. 10,000 light of skies on fire, dancing when they play our song. And it's the freedom I feel and kisses you still wrapped up in your strong American love. And it's red like my lipstick on your face. And it's blue like those tears when you're away. And it's white like a wedding dress. Baby, I've been blessed and I just wanna stay forever in American love. American love. Now we've got a little house for you and me, a flag hanging high for all to see. And it's red like my lipstick on your face. And it's blue like those tears when you're away. And it's white like a wedding dress. Baby, I've been blessed and I just wanna stay forever in American love. In American love. In American love. Yeah, yeah. That's American love.
Yes, sir. From Branson, Missouri, here we go. Back with the songs you need to know. New music Fridays rolling in. New country's best from indie friends. 14 years and still we ride. Tim Kelly brings it every Friday night. Turn it up and sing along. This is where your next hit belongs. The Tim Kelly Show. Hey! The Tim Kelly Show. Hey! 14 years strong and we're still right on. The Tim Kelly Show. Hey! Hey! The Tim Kelly Show. Hey! 14 years strong and we're still right on. The Tim Kelly Show. Hey! New country's best from indie artists. The Tim Kelly Show.
It's time for today's newest country music, Indie Country Radio, with Tim Kelly.
January comes around, same time every year, and brings along the heartache I've had since you're not here. It doesn't matter rain or shine, it hits me just the same. Funny how a love so strong can end in this much pain. They tell me that you're happy now, maybe someday I'll be too. But acting like I'm over you is more than I can do. Standing in this January rain, trying to hide the tears I cried and wash the hurt away. couldn't bring myself to stop. Wiped another tear away and drove around the block. I was gonna bring you flowers. Well, I guess I'll just go home. 'Cause life once filled with roses is nothing more than thorns. Oh, and I know that you're happy now. Maybe someday I'll be too. When you left me here alone, you took my heart with you. Standing in this January rain, trying to hide the tears I cried and wash the hurt away. And even though I'm numb inside, I still feel the pain. Standing in this January rain. When all my friends ask me, I say I'm doing well. Oh, but losing you to heaven is putting me through hell. And I'm standing in this January rain, trying to hide the tears I cried and wash the hurt away. Even though I'm numb inside, I still feel the pain. Standing in this January rain, standing in this January rain, standing in this January.
I have always loved that song. It is called January Rain. His name is Heath Fagan. Met him in Nashville back in 2014, and he handed me a radio award for Broadcaster of the Year that year. And we were at a great award show that night. Red carpet event, catered food, all that good stuff. One of those great lifetime memories of hanging out in Nashville with a lot of these artists that make new country's best. This next group is Outshine. It is Outshine. I've always loved this one. It is called Moonlight Crush on the Tim Kelly Show's Throwback Friday edition of KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best, celebrating 14 years.
Well, maybe it's just the summertime heat that's got my heart playing tricks on me with a couple of beers and a good time atmosphere. Or maybe it's the way you tilt your head when you laugh at some silly thing I said, or your angel eyes. Whatever it is tonight, I've got a little moonlight crush on you, girl, a little bit starstruck, having a hard time covering up how I'm feeling right now. Your pretty firefly silhouettes looking just about as good as it gets. You're such a beautiful little wreck, the way you're smiling at me. Yeah, it might be love, or just a little moonlight crush. Drift off from the crowd and the band to somewhere else, all by ourselves, and let our kisses tell us what we got, and you can tell me what you want this night to be. 'Cause at the very least, I've got a little moonlight crush on you, girl, a little bit starstruck, having a hard time covering up how I'm feeling right now. Your pretty firefly silhouettes looking just about as good as it gets. dance. You're such a beautiful little wreck, the way you're smiling at me. Yeah, it might be love, or just a little moonlight crush. That strap hanging off your shoulder, I can't help but get a little bit closer. I'd like to do this over and over and over. I've got a little moonlight crush on you, girl, a little bit starstruck, having a hard time covering up how I'm feeling right now. And your pretty firefly silhouettes looking just about as good as it gets. You're such a beautiful little wreck, the way you're smiling at me. Yeah, it might be love, or just a little moonlight crush. Just a little moonlight crush. Just a little moonlight crush.
This hour of The Tim Kelly Show is sponsored by Aaron Boltinghouse Music. Check out Aaron Boltinghouse Music on the sponsors page at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com and at Aaron Boltinghouse on YouTube.
All the boats I've missed, all the hell I've caused, all the lips I've kissed, all the love I've lost. I got kicked around, I've been black and blue, on my way to you. All the stars I've seen, all the songs I've sung, all the beers I've drank, all the damage done. I was just passing time, kinda just passing through, on my way to you. Every curve, every ditch, every turn, every bridge I left behind me up in smoke, every fork in the road. It was all worth a while when I finally saw you smile. Every highway, every heartbreak, every mountain, every mile. I got the radio up, the sun is going down. I'll take a left at the bank, and I'll head straight through town. So baby, put on that dress, a little sweet perfume, 'cause I'm on my way to you. All the boats I've missed, all the hell I've caused, all the lips I've kissed, all the love I've lost. I thank God for that. I guess He always knew I was on my way to you. On my way to you.
Yes, I have been doing this program long enough to have played that gentleman as an independent artist. He is Cody Johnson from Texas. That is the song that launched his career. It is called On My Way to You. He is now your 2026 ACM Entertainer of the Year as of about a week ago. Congratulations to Cody Johnson. Man, it's been a fun ride over the last 14 years watching the careers of these independent artists flourish. I met this young lady back in 2014 in Nashville, Tennessee. Her name is Maddie Denault. I've always loved this song. It is called Damn the Ocean. On the Tim Kelly Show on a throwback Friday night. I keep wanting to say Thursday. It is Friday, getting you ready for the weekend, celebrating 14 years of this program.
You looked out on the water into infinity. You said even 1,000 seas couldn't separate you and me. But here I am alone, screaming at these waves. You said you didn't want to go, but it hurts just the same. Damn the ocean, these emotions that keep washing over me. Damn the stars, the way things are, instead of how they're supposed to be. Damn this pier, you stood right here and kissed me for the first time. Damn this moon, it made you bigger than life. So much between us. Damn the ocean. I'm not where I will be, but I'm closer than I was. Each day's a brand new battle. I win some and I lose some, but every time I think I can almost forget, I find myself running from another sunset. Damn the ocean, these emotions that keep washing over me. Damn the stars, the way things are, instead of how they're supposed to be. Damn this pier, you stood right here and kissed me for the first time. Damn this moon, it made you bigger than life. So much between us. Oh, damn the ocean. You tried to take my pain, you tried to break my fall, but there's too much here and you couldn't pack it all. Damn the ocean. Oh, damn the
From Branson, Missouri.
Hear that Friday sound. Yeah.
Throwback new music.
Friday on the way.
Indie voices shining on the
Tim Kelly stage. 14 years of country.
14 years strong.
Best in new country all day long. The Tim Kelly Show. The Tim Kelly Show.
Branson to your radio.
Let it roll, let it roll. New country's best.
by indie artists.
The Tim Kelly Show.
14 years
And we're just getting started.
from Branson, Missouri.
The Tim Kelly Show. Ripped jeans, cowboy hat, Ray-Bans, pin-up tab, brown eyes, driving wild. Oh, such a wild guy. Sweet talking kind of man. Boy, I'm not your one-night stand. Don't expect me to melt. Put that gun back in your belt. You may be the dangerous kind, but I could see through your disguise. Hey, dirty cowboy, I'm breaking free. Your rodeo smile ain't Botox on me. All the other girls are begging mercy, please, but you can roll your heart around me.
Dirty cowboy.
Dirty cowboy, two-time and jiggle it on your horse and do-si-do. You fool me once, you fool me twice. Cold-blooded parasite. Reverse psychology, your mind games ain't tricking me. Go find yourself another girl, lock inside your perfect world. I'm not into compromise, so you can kiss my ass goodbye. Hey, dirty cowboy, I'm breaking free. Your rodeo smile ain't Botox on me. All the other girls are begging mercy, please, but you can roll your heart around me.
Dirty cowboy.
Dirty cowboy, you tip your hat, but baby, I ain't falling for that. Oh no, you're such a fake. You're my biggest mistake. Hey, dirty cowboy, I'm breaking free. Your rodeo smile ain't Botox on me. All the other girls are begging mercy, please, but you can roll your heart around me.
Dirty cowboy.
Dirty cowboy,
Dirty cowboy.
oh, dirty cowboy. No, you can't roll me, no, no. Dirty cowboy, oh yeah. Can't get your rope around me, boy. Dirty cowboy, oh yeah.
Dirty cowboy.
Dirty cowboy.
You're listening to the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. It is New Music Friday. I'm playing the best in new country music, and I've got some great radio interviews in the program tonight. My good friend Randy C. Moore from Texas is up. How are you, my friend?
I'm wonderful today. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing fantastic. It has been a minute since we've talked. I'm looking forward to this interview tonight and catching up with you.
Yeah, this is kind of been long overdue, but it's right on time because I've got this new single that's doing pretty good on the charts, and I'm fixing to put another one out here before the end of the month, to tell you the truth.
Awesome, man. You got it going on. I've always loved your music, and I want to give a big shout out to Jenny Foley, too, who helped book this interview, and she's a big fan of yours, and I am, too, man. I have been for a long, long time.
Well, I appreciate that. That's always good to. It's always good to interview with somebody who actually likes you, what you're doing.
I do. And actually, this month, you are helping me celebrate 14 years of doing the Tim Kelly Show. How about that?
Man, has it been that long?
It has. I
That's
know.
a good chunk of your life there.
I know, right? And I've heard a good chunk of music, too.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep,
Wonderful.
absolutely.
Well,
Well,
that's good.
you started at the age of 15. You made your first record when you were 15, so you've been doing it for a while too, my friend.
Yeah, one of these days I'll get it right. But it's been something that I've done and kind of. I mean, I've quit a few times and come back, but I've always come back to it. So
Yep.
There must be something about it that I like.
Same here. I was supposed to retire last week. Actually, I was going to quit doing the live shows for a while, but I keep coming back, and they wouldn't let me. So they wouldn't let me quit. So I'm going to keep going as well. And so yeah, that's good stuff. Actually, you had a radio personality down in Houston that kind of helped you get started.
Well, when I got started out as a younger guy, my dad was friends with a disc jockey who was pretty prominent in the Houston area. His name was Arch Yancey. Arch and my dad went to high school together in Memphis, Tennessee. And so when my dad called him up, he immediately remembered my dad. So he said, yeah, bring Randy down. So Arch listened to me and said, yeah, I'll help him. I'll get him in touch with some people that maybe he might want to make a record with. And how about, would you think you guys would like to come out to Gilley's nightclub and start getting Randy on stage with me? And so he had a regular show that he did every Thursday night at Gilley's. So I would go out there and I would do 2 or 3 songs on Arch's set, and it was a good learning experience because it was kind of like, okay, well, this is what people do when they make records and when they sing in front of people who listen to country music. So it was a good first step, so to speak, into that kind of world.
That's awesome. Well, you have taken some bigger steps since. By the time you graduated high school, you were being a guest star on WSM's Grand Ole Opry, and you've been on the an Opry guest star on many occasions. Man, that's good stuff.
Yeah, and it's I don't take any of that for granted, but once again, it's another one of those things where you kind of have to pinch yourself because you really can't believe that you actually got to do that.
Yeah.
Every time I've ever been on, it's always been the same. It's like, I really don't want to leave. I'd like to come back. And they're like, well, you can come back, but not tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, man, I'll tell you, for a radio guy, when we toured the Grand Ole Opry at the Gaylord, the WSM was at the Gaylord then, and looking through those French doors, and I was watching Bill Cody do a show live on the air, and then seeing the history of that on the walls. You know, I mean, Pat Sajak was a disc jockey at WSM before he got Wheel of Fortune back in '81, so it's just got a great history.
Well, the WSM itself was kind of was sort of a pioneer in how it approached things. You know, the radio station was started by a very large insurance company that was trying to sell insurance to the rural areas, and they didn't really know. So they said, well, let's just start a radio station. All these people out in the country, they got radios, they listen to radio programs. We'll start a radio station, we'll put syndicated programming on. And then somebody came up with the idea that said, well, you know, you're playing to rural areas. They need a show that plays, you know, folk music and country music. And they said, well, what do you propose? So they proposed that they would do like an hour or so of country music on Saturday night. Well, it caught on. Yeah. And that eventually became the Grand Ole Opry. But the whole thing really was started out of a necessity because when people tuned in to WSM back in the 1930s, they were looking to see what the weather was going to be. They were looking to see, you know, what the forecast and what they could do on their farm and just different things. You know, there were farm reports, things like that. So they weren't fooling around. They were serving a very, very large network of farmers and rural areas. So when you go to that place, when you go to WSM, or you tour the studio, or you get in front of the microphone or whatever, you're just basically being part of a page of history, which is pretty cool.
Right. I talk about it all the time because I've done a lot of research on it, and that barn background that they have on the Grand Ole Opry stage is because it started as a barn dance. It was free, and then the crowds got so big, they said, hey, let's start charging a quarter, see if we can calm these crowds down. That didn't work. They end up building the 2,400-seat Ryman Auditorium, and the rest, as they say, is history. Here we are 100 years later.
Sure.
Yep. Pretty cool. And you've been all over the world, too, performing, not just in Texas, but from Nashville and all over. You're actually a member of the European Country Music Hall of Fame, man. Congratulations.
Well, thanks. I mean, that happened back in 2022, and that was due to the fact that I was getting a lot more airplay and achieving a lot more record success. I had played a few tours over there, not many, but anytime I ever played over there, that was always a good thing. So combined with me playing over there and with my records being frequently played a lot on a lot of stations, they decided, hey, you belong here in more than one way. So let's give you an induction here into this hall, which I was surprised and also obviously honored. So it was really great. And it's a good thing to kind of hang on your wall, and you go, well, hey, I'm doing this, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of,
Absolutely. And back in the day, you attended Belmont University, which a lot of young artists that I have interviewed on this program in the last 14 years are either have done Belmont or are still in Belmont. You took modern recording and prose songwriting, so you've been writing songs for a long time, and we'll talk about songwriting here in a little bit. But it also led you to going on the road with Hank Williams Jr., the great David Allan Coe, who we just recently lost, unfortunately, Amy Grant, Vince Gill, her husband, and the great Leanne Rimes. That's all good stuff.
yeah, I mean, and once again, all of these types of things that I've been able to do, or I've been afforded the luxury of doing, I never planned any of this. Anything I ever planned never worked out, and everything that ever worked out, I never planned. So, not plan. That's kind of my plan, is to not plan.
Yeah.
So.
You know, I've even been told that about a song. You know, the song was there. God put it there. He just left it up to you to kind of finish it, you know. So he's got the plan, doesn't he?
Well, my saying is, I just got to get out of the way and let the darn thing work.
Yeah. Well, it's working, my friend. Absolutely. You got a great singing voice too, and so tell us about that. When did you realize that? And did somebody tell you that? Hey, man, you need to be on stage singing.
I don't know. I really didn't want to be a musician or a singer when I started out. I was an artist, and I painted and did pen and ink drawings and things, and that was my passion. But then when I found out that girls like guitar players, I started learning how to play the guitar and singing.
That'll do it.
All that great, but my parents were supportive of me, so they didn't really push me. But anything I wanted to do, they'd say, "Well, you know, okay, how do we do this?" So my mom is the one who actually flew to Nashville with me the first time to meet some people there. I got to go meet the manager of the Grand Ole Opry when I was 15, and then he sort of steered me towards some people too. So. So I was fortunate to have folks who were happy to, you know, kind of be involved on that level.
You were raised in Humble, Texas. You still sound humble to me after all these years, man.
I just, you know, the thing about it is you just never know. You just never know what's going on, and you never know who's listening, and you never know what's out there. So.
Right.
Learned to just not assume anything, but I've also learned to try to trust my insides and what my insides are telling me whenever it comes to anything, you know, whether it's playing music, making records, or heck, you know, driving to Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah.
You know, it all, you know, I mean, the older you get, you know, the more questions you have, but also the older you get, the more that you realize, you know, you need to kind of listen to that voice inside, because you got enough experience now to where it's going to help you make right decisions, even if you don't know what the decision is to make.
Right. Well, and the reason I brought up Texas is because for a long time now, that Texas country music scene has been really hot, and even more so since the last time we've talked. I mean, they've got their own Texas country music charts going on. You've been to Pasadena, Texas, got to play Gilley's. I know I'm friends with Linda Wilson. They do the Texas Country Music Awards and the association and all of that. So, you know, Texas is kind of its own animal, that red dirt country and all that they got going on, isn't it?
It is. It's the thing about it is they've turned it into more of what it is, or what it started out as. But it started out as basically, you know, a place where people really love to go hear music and that live here.
Uh-huh.
Now, you have to understand that, and this has been going on for a long time, but anybody who kind of knows the history of country music realizes that the reason why Texas is so rich with country music and so many artists come out of Texas who become country music artists, of great, importance and note, is because Texas and Oklahoma basically have a very large market share of the sales and of the marketing and of everything of country music. As a matter of fact, when I started out in this, a producer in Nashville said, he said, I'm kind of glad that you're from Texas. He said, that's to your advantage. I said, why is that, sir? He said, almost 70% or more of the country music sales comes from the Texas-Oklahoma corridor.
Yeah.
That's 70%. That's a lot.
That's a lot. And that's what got me into country radio. It's been 36 years ago now, but in 1990, I walked into a station, actually 1999, in McAlester, Oklahoma. It was a 100,000 watt station. I'd been listening to it for a while, and I could tell they probably needed somebody on air. And so I walked in there. They said, they hired me on the spot. What do you want your radio name to be? I picked Tim Kelly. I've been that ever since. And it was such a big deal back then when that 90s country, and especially those Oklahoma boys like Vince Gill and Garth Brooks and Toby Keith, a little bit later on Blake Shelton, and I ended up living in Ada, where Blake Shelton's from, down there in southeast Oklahoma. And man, I'll tell you what, that 90s country still resonates. Now we call it classic, right?
We do call it classic, but I will say that it really hasn't disappeared from a lot of the records that are out now. Most of the records, the producers and the artists are still influenced by that era of country music because there was a lot going on. As a matter of fact, there was so much going on in the 90s that people were coming to Nashville who had no clue what to do, but they had a bunch of money and they wanted to get in the country music business. And so I remember the days when you had literally almost 4,000 people signed to publishing deals just to write songs.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot of money being spent in the 90s. So, and it shows. It was it flourished a lot. The Garth was sort of I guess he was sort of the leader of the pack, but there was a lot of people in that pack who were doing well.
Yep.
So.
I've had his daughter on 3 times, Miss Allie Colleen, and she went to Belmont University as well. She's fantastic.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah,
she's
she
good.
sure is. Well, let's talk about your first song tonight. It is called Forget Me Not. Man, I've been playing this like crazy. And thank you, by the way, for being a sponsor of this program as well. And we'll talk about that a little bit later in the next segment. But Forget Me Not, tell us about it.
Well, Forget Me Not was a song that the idea, I was working on it because they have a place here in Texas, the Texas Country Music Hall of Fame, where they do an induction ceremony and a big gala show every year on a Saturday night. And then on Sunday morning, they have a gospel show for 2 hours. And so a lot of the people who play on Saturday night will come to the gospel show. Well, they hired me to come in and host the show and then sing a few songs and kind of like, be the MC. So I did it a couple of times, and one of the last times I did it, I thought, I need another new song to play for these folks. So I was working on this Forget Me Not idea, and I was getting nowhere with it, but I liked what was going on with it and sort of the feel of where it was going. So I just found. And then I was talking to my wife about a year or so ago, and she was telling me how she grew up and how things went. And like a great many people who, you start out, things seem to be really great when you start out, but then plans and God have a whole different deal for you. And sometimes that can't be very pleasant. So she had a rough road. And so when she was telling me all about this, I thought, okay, here's my story. This is the story that I think that needs to be incorporated into a song. And then the next morning I thought, my little Forget Me Not song, my gospel song, here it is. So I just sort of let the two kind of get together, and then the song pretty much wrote itself.
Yep, I love it. The magic happens, and it happens in 2 minutes and 51 seconds of this song. It is fantastic. Well, we're going to play Forget Me Not. We're going to come back and talk about Big Bertha and a Jimmy Buffett song. I love both of those, too. We've got Randy C. Moore with us tonight on The Tim Kelly Show. This is Forget Me Not on KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this New Music Friday.
Forget me not, oh Lord, I pray. I started down that long dark road. Forget me not, oh Lord, I pray. If I make it home, will you let me stay? Though I've forsaken you and lost my way, like a thief on the cross, forget me not. Chilly autumn winds blow leaves from the garden, so goes my soul where it never stays. My body's weary, and when I lay it down, in dreams I hear my mother say, forget me not, oh Lord, I pray. If I make it home, will you let me stay? Though I've forsaken you and lost my way, like a thief on the cross, forget me not. With a soul that's lost, forget me not. Oh Lord my God, forget me not.
His name is Randy Seymour from Texas. That is called Forget Me Not. You just heard the great story behind it, and man, that is a great song, and I'm going to keep spinning that if that's all right with you.
You don't want me to hold you back.
Okay, I'll wear that one out for you. That is the 6th time it has aired on this program tonight, so there will be more, absolutely. And I chart with Joyce Ramgati over in the UK, and I was looking at your bio, and you have traveled all over performing in the UK and everywhere, man. That's good stuff, too.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've had, my passport stamped a few times.
Right.
Places like Copenhagen, Denmark, London, France, Monaco, Saudi Arabia, different things like that, China, So it's taken me to these places that some of them I didn't really care about, but I got to go to them anyway, so it was kind of cool.
Yeah, well, you're getting to play it in the UK tonight. We're on 13 stations around the world, so Down to Road Radio in Ireland takes the show, the Music Room in the UK, and also Sweden. I looked that station up. They asked for my show, and they've been around since 1979. That kind of blew me away that they wanted the program. So they give us top billing on the front page of their website and play us every Friday night over there as well. So you got with a rockabilly legend, Carl Perkins, to write this next song called Big Bertha. And it was also, I guess, recorded by Ronnie Milsap, Vince Gill, too?
Yeah. What happened was I had been writing some songs with Carl, and he went out one day and was playing golf, and somebody stole his favorite golf club, which was his Big Bertha golf club.
Right.
So he went home and he wasn't real happy about it, but his daughter said, well, Dad, why don't you just start writing a song about it? So they were working on this Big Bertha song, and Carl and Debbie asked if I would kind of help finish it up, which I did. And I was hoping that Carl would get a chance to record it, but he passed away before he could get down to doing something with it. So we pitched it to Ronnie Milsap, and they loved it, but they didn't know what to do with it at the time. So it kind of laid around for a little bit, and then in 2003, I went down to Sun Recording Studios in Memphis as sort of a birthday present to myself. I didn't know if I was going to do anything there or not, but I booked the studio and my band, and so we went in there and we recorded a bunch of songs, and that was one of the songs we recorded, and it turned out real good. So I kind of been sitting on that track for a little while, and then once I put it out, we did a video with a guy named Bobby Wilson, who's a 3-time long driving champion of the PGA. He's also a PGA Tour pro. Mm-hmm. And so it's kind of like, I don't know, it's sort of got a life of its own. And I was really, really happy with Ronnie Milsap's version that he put out, which was back in 2021, I think, and because he had Vince Gill singing with him on it, which was really cool.
That's awesome.
So, all of that whole song got, I mean, it got really good treatment from the get-go. For something that Carl was not happy about, it turned out to be a happy thing, so that's good.
That is amazing. And to record at Sun Records, man, that is where the great Elvis Presley recorded, and you've got a great song called Before Elvis, too, so we're not playing that tonight, so you guys got to go check it out, and we'll get Randy Seymour's social media for you and website and everything where you can find his music, but I love that song, too.
Cool. Right on.
Absolutely. Now, the third one, this is a classic, man, the type of song, a Jimmy Buffett song, man, with Margaritaville and the great iconic brand that he built from Margaritaville. He had restaurants and everything built from that. Tell us about this, a Jimmy Buffett song. It's got a great Jimmy Buffett vibe, too.
Well, and there's a reason for that. I did a thing. I was doing a thing in Nashville that was they put me on this board of directors to help put together a concert for Belmont University, and it was a scholarship fund they were doing. And what they wanted to do is they wanted to theme the show after Elvis Presley, because the guy that they were doing the show in the name of, he actually worked at Sun Records and worked with Elvis a little bit. So that was the start of it. So one day I'm sitting there, and this guy sits down next to me that they had called to be part of this, and his name was Norbert Putnam. And I looked at him, I said, I think I know you, but I don't know. So then I looked it up, and I realized that he was the guy who produced most of Jimmy Buffett's records, and he produced Dan Fogelberg, and he is an amazing musician, bass player, everything, all that kind of stuff. So, through working with him and hearing all Jimmy Buffett stories, and then basically playing at Margaritaville and seeing a lot of Parrot Heads and playing Jimmy Buffett events. You know, I played a couple of street events in Nashville that were like precursors to like one of his concerts. So I got to experience the Parrot Head Nation and the Parrot Head vibe firsthand. And I realized, you know, it just kind of came to me, you know, there are so many people out there who kind of live their whole life to a Jimmy Buffett song.
Right. You know, I've got a friend, Crystal King. I interviewed her about a year ago, and I found out that she does weekends on a radio program with Sirius XM. Jimmy Buffett still has a channel on Sirius XM, and she's on his channel.
Yeah, Margaritaville Radio is big, so.
That's pretty awesome. Parrot Heads, I love it. Well, thank you, Randy Seymour, for doing this interview tonight, man. The stories behind the songs is what I love to hear, and you've got some great ones, my friend.
Cool. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Where can folks find Randy Seymour on social media? I've been looking at your website, and you are also a sponsor of this program. So if you go to the sponsors tab at KICRIndyCountryRadio.com and click on Randy Seymour, it will take you right to it. But tell us where we can find you.
Well, you just mentioned the website. It's RandyInitialCMore.com.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they can see scheduling and some videos, and they can find out where they can download copies of my song to add it to their playlist and stuff. You know, all that other stuff that a bio has, it's all on there. And then I've got a couple of Facebook pages that basically serve my needs, so to speak. One of them is called Randy Seymour Music, which most of my radio and record action ends up there, and so people can really see what's going on with the records, what's new on radio, and what's new in the recording deal for me. And then there's another one called Friends of Randy Seymour, and that's dedicated to most of my live work that I do, playing in different places. I do a lot of listening rooms and wineries and things like that. So if they want to kind of see where I'm at, they can go to the website, or they can go to Friends of Randy Seymour. If they want to see where and tune into a radio show such as the Tim Kelly Show, they can go to Randy Seymour Music. They go, oh, hey, okay, all right, cool. So, you know, a couple of Facebook pages and a website. I've got an Instagram and Twitter and all that, but I rarely use them because it's just it's a generational thing. I don't even like typing.
Yeah, I'm the same way, but I'm on all those formats too. My daughter talked me into doing TikTok lives now, so we're over there at Tim Kelly on Air live doing the program, and I'm like, no, that's TV. I'm in radio. I don't want to put my face out there, but it got out of my head, and I finally did it, and I'm sure glad I did, because a lot of people have been coming in here that are artists, and they're sending me music now, and I'm booking interviews with them, and folks that I would have never met had I not done it. So
Cool.
glad I met you several years ago, man. Thanks for helping me celebrate 14 years of this program, and keep doing your thing as well, my friend.
Well, Tim, it's always a pleasure, and let's try to do it more often than we just did.
You betcha, man. And come back every couple of months if you want to, and we'll get you back on here. I absolutely love it. Randy Seymour, we're going to play Big Bertha and then a Jimmy Buffett song coming up next on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this New Music Friday.
Well, I'm sitting here wondering, where's my long, tall baby now? Yeah, I'm sitting here wondering, where's my long, tall baby now? 'Cause somebody came and stole her, left me on the bottom side of down. I used to take her out on Saturday, and a swinging we would go. Yeah, I'd take her out on Saturday, and a swinging we would go. Now I would do most anything just to swing that gal once more. She always felt like a dream right here in my hands. Any cat who's played around with her would understand why I'm bluer than a hound dog, barking up a tree, crying, please, 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 Big Bertha, come on home to me. Well, I hope I never find him, the dude that took my gal away. Yeah, I hope I never find him, the dude that took my gal away. 'Cause if I do, I'm telling you, he'll have the devil to pay. Oh, yes, he will. She always felt like a dream right here in my hands. Any cat who played around with her would understand why I'm bluer than a hound dog, barking up a tree, crying, please, 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 Big Bertha, come on home to me. Oh, come on home to daddy, mama. But she always set me free. Yeah, I know she's just a golf club, but she always set me free. So if you see my Big Bertha, that gal had a few for me.
Best in New Country starts now on KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
All my friends have money, savings and healthy retirement plans. They worked it all out while I built my life on shifting sands. See, I've been a cowboy, and I've been a sailor, and I've been a screen-acting fool. I guess I should have stayed in school. See, I didn't think it was cool. Now it's hard to get up in the mornings after staying out most of the night. My vices and habits are just like a sailor's delight. myself if I was gonna be around this long. Living my life to a Jimmy Buffett song. Well, it's taken some time, but I got a good woman who truly believes the ground that I walk is holier dirt than St. Peter's grave. She says I'm the one who came along and rescued her soul from the sea. Well, that's almost funny to me, 'cause she's the one who rescues me when it's hard to get up in the morning after staying out most of the night. My vices and habits are just like a sailor's delight. And I'd have taken better care of myself if I was gonna be around this long. Living my life to a Jimmy Buffett song. Still have a few lucky stars left up in the sky. And if it all ended tomorrow, I've had one hell of a ride. It was hard to get up in the morning after staying out most of the night. My vices and habits are still like a sailor's delight. And I'd have taken better care of myself if I was gonna be around this long. Living my life to a Jimmy Buffett song. I'm still living my life to a Jimmy Buffett song.
His name is Randy Seymour from Texas. That is called Jimmy Buffett Song. I love that one. And he's got it going on. Big Bertha and Forget Me Not. Thank you for being on the program again, Randy Seymour. And go check out more from Randy Seymour. And absolutely, Friends of Randy Seymour is also a Facebook page and group for all of his stuff he's got going on over there as well. And what a fantastic interview. We have caught up again, and it's great to have you back on the program tonight. After the live show is over tonight, that interview will go into the Tim Kelly Show interview archives. You can find that tab at the top of the homepage of my website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. You can go back and listen to the interview over and over again. Randy can download it, share it on his social media if he wishes. And good to have him on the program. And good to have you guys on the program as well, helping me celebrate 14 years of doing this radio show and putting it out to the world. We're going to put it, hour number 2 out to the world here in just a second, and I've got another great radio interview at the bottom half of this hour as well. My good buddy Craig Hendricks is going to join me on the program, and we're going to catch up with him and play 3 of his great songs as well. Jason Martinez was the lead singer for this great group, Electric Cowboys. This is called Little While on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio on this Throwback New Music Friday.
Maybe I'm just not the kind to only have one woman on my mind. Maybe I'm just a drifter. Yeah, maybe I'm you found a way to save this broken soul. 'Cause Lord knows I've had my moments, and Lord knows you've had your doubts, but you never once looked for a way out. And you stood by me through the years and tried your best through time. I didn't think that I deserved this brand new life of mine, but now I'm the man who makes you happy. I'm the man that makes you smile. I'm the one that takes it all away for a little while. You're the one who makes it better. You're the one who changed my style. You're the one who takes it all away for a little while. For a little while. I swear to God that I will listen. I'd be the man that you never knew before. 'Cause now I'm the man who makes you happy. I'm the man that makes you smile. I'm the one that takes it all away for a little while. You're the one who makes it better. You're the one who changed my style. You're the one who takes it all away for a little while. For a little while. No, no.
This hour of The Tim Kelly Show is sponsored by Katie Lee Russell Music. Find Katie Lee Russell Music on the sponsors tab at KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com, and on all major music streaming platforms.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it?
Today's country.
Country lives right here.
Country is what we do.
Today's country. More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
Now this is my kind of country. New country. New country. New country.
I can't wait to show you where I grew up. Walk you around the foothills of my town. Probably feel like you've been there before. After hearing all the stories I've been telling you for 6 months now. We'll probably have to sleep in separate bedrooms. Pack a shirt for church because we'll go. I'm not trying to scare you off, but I just thought that we should talk a few things out before we hit the road. If I bring you home to mama, I guess I better warn ya. She falls in love a little faster than I do. And my dad will check your tires, pour your whiskey over ice, and take you fishing, but pretend that he don't like you. Oh, if we break up, I'll be fine, but you'll be breaking more hearts than mine. My sister's gonna ask a million questions, say anything she can to turn you red. And when you meet my high school friends, they'll buy you drinks and fill you in on all the crazy nights
Her name is Ingrid Andress. That is called More Hearts Than Mine. A great video to that on YouTube, and I've always loved the vibe of that song, and I played her as an independent artist, and that is the song that launched the career of Ingrid Andress. This next artist is from Texas. Met him about 2014, a couple of years after I started doing this program. He came and did a great award show that we put on in Nashville, Tennessee. He is my good friend Doc West. Doc West Music is where you can find him on social media. That girl's a cowboy on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, on a throwback New Music Friday.
She lives for Jesus and always down to hear some Jones. That red dust on her blue truck makes her one-ton, two-tone. He loves midnight bareback ride, a little closer to the stars. It's like she stole those directions to heaven right out of my heart. That girl's a cowboy, you can tell by her boots. She's earned every book and tougher than the trouble she runs into. That girl's a cowboy, living out a crazy dream. Getting closer now, still learning how to love just like me. No, she don't let those miles come between what's real. It might be hard to say it, but I know exactly just how she feels. That girl's a cowboy, you can tell by her boots. She's earned every buck and tougher than the trouble she runs into. That girl's a cowboy, living out a crazy dreams. Getting closer now, still learning how to love just like me. Her daddy said, son, if you think you're the one, you can have her hand, just understand. That girl's a cowboy, you can tell by her roots. She's earned every buck, tougher than the trouble she runs into. That girl's a cowboy, living out her crazy dreams. Getting closer now, still learning how to love just like me. Getting closer now, still learning how to love one like me.
This is Beverly Brown Sims, and you're listening to the Tim Kelly Show's New Music Friday on KICR Indie Country Radio, playing New Country's best.
It's a sun up to sundown, working hard kind of town, full of teachers, couple preachers, more tractors and trucks than you can count. It's a simple life, but it's more than enough when you and hands on the Bible. We got farmers, blue collars, and every field in between, having sons and daughters, growing that American dream. And everyone is proud of what they do. The kind of place that's built on truth. We got ground to put some green on, good book to lean on when times start getting tough and nothing's left for love. We just work till the work's through, as hard as we have to get to that next day. Whoa, doing all it takes. Yeah, living that life where all you need for survival is bread on the table and hands on the Bible. We got ground to put some green on, the good book to lean on when times start getting tough and nothing's left for love. Yeah, living that life where all you need for survival. Oh, living that life where all you need for survival is bread on the table, hands on the Bible, hands on the Bible.
Branson, Missouri.
It's a Friday night spark.
Throwback New Music Friday.
Fire up the airwaves, Tim.
The Tim Kelly Show.
14 years strong.
The Tim Kelly Show.
Playing all night long.
New country's best.
By indie voices too.
The Tim Kelly Show.
We're singing it with you.
New country's best.
By indie voices too.
The Tim Kelly Show.
We're singing it with you.
Tim Kelly Show.
On country radio.
You're listening to the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. It is New Music Friday. I'm playing the best in new country music tonight. I've got some great radio interviews tonight on the program. My good friend Craig Hendricks is up. How are you, my friend?
Hey, doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, man. It's been a little bit, but the last time we talked, you were in Branson, came to see us at the live show Capital of the World, and we had a great time hanging out.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed that very much. It was wonderful getting by there and meeting you in person.
Yeah, absolutely. You were on your way to Montana back then and doing a gig up there, and you and your wife Dee Dee stopped by. We got to actually visit with you, and boy, I get a different perspective of somebody when I meet him in person, and we've been buddies ever since, man. Good to have you back.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me back.
Yeah, you're welcome. I've been playing some of your great music since we made that connection, and of course I was playing you way before then too, but you got some brand new stuff that I'm excited to play tonight. We're going to talk about them here in just a little bit, but your story is pretty cool because you didn't start off in music. You know, life happened and then you picked up music later, but as a young man, it kind of started with a guitar that your grandpa gave you.
Yep, it did. I was the only grandchild allowed to play that guitar, but yeah, I always wanted to see him pull it out and see that guitar. 69 Gibson Dove Custom.
There you go.
I still got the receipt for that guitar in the case.
Is that right?
Yep. He bought it brand new in about 1970, and but I'd say that my papa would make me play that guitar. We would listen to a bluegrass station out of Wrightsville, Georgia, and he'd make me pick that thing until my fingers bled.
Wow. Now, did he teach you to play some of the chords then, or do you teach yourself, or what?
He taught me how to play some of the basic chords, but he didn't know what a lot of the theory was or what it was called. He just knew what he did. Mm-hmm. And he would show me the basic chords, and
Yeah, I played. I was learning and playing, and I was just getting where I could play something about the time that he passed away.
Okay.
And of course, I got 100 stories about picking it up and putting it back down over the a few years after that. But it was always in my mind to play and do. I had aspirations.
Yeah. Well, and you still do, and you're doing full-time music, and we'll talk about that too. That is awesome, but that you can do that because, it is a lot of work, but they say if you do what you love for a living, you never work a day in your life, so you may treat it as that too. It's a pretty cool gig, huh?
Oh, yeah. Well, you have to treat it like that because, when I first started, I went on my first tour. Basically, my first tour was my wife wanted to visit her relatives and friends in New England, and we didn't have enough money to get there. And I was leaving the job that I'd been at for years that I didn't like. And she said, well, you know what? You're fixing to go on tour. And she used me to pay her way to go see her family. But and it worked out real well.
That's awesome. That's good stuff. Now, I was going to ask you, what did you do that you didn't like for a living before you got into music? Because I don't think we've ever talked about that. I never knew what you did before music.
We probably haven't. Well, to start with, I stacked 50-pound bags full of dirt all day.
I'm not liking that already.
No, that was not fun at all. We'd have to fill those things up off a bagger, and sometimes we'd have to stack the bags, and there'd be like 50 to a pallet, and then we'd have to take those bags over to a train car and restack them in a train car, and sometimes they'd be 22 high. So you had to build yourself a ramp to walk up with those 50-pound bags. Wow. So I did that, and then I ended up being a systems operator at the same place, which is a little bit cleaner, and you don't lift quite as much. But it was one of those jobs where it was a grind just having to get up and go.
Yeah. No wonder you were willing to play the guitar until your fingers bled to get out of doing that, right?
Oh yeah. The worst day on the road is better than the best day I ever had stacked up in the down bag.
I'll change a flat tire on the side of the road any day, or you bet.
Yeah, it was one of those places when you're in a small southern town, and you're rural, and you know how that works. I hate to come out and say it, but things ain't always fair.
Right.
It depends on what's your last name and who do you know, and I did not have the right last name, and I didn't know anybody that could help me. So I watched people get my promotions. I'd been there for years, and when I put in my notice to leave, 3 days before I was going to leave, the plant manager walks by and says, "Aren't you leaving?" And that was the goodbye I got. So.
Wow. Isn't that something? Well, that is quite a story. And you grew up in Sandersville, Georgia, but then when you got that job, you relocated to Northeast Alabama. But you actually got a publishing deal when you were in Nashville for a little bit as a songwriter. So, man, that's good stuff.
Yeah. I was actually 6 months in. Everybody said it was a 10-year town, and you had to do this, that, and the other. And 6 months in, I got my first publishing deal, and it resulted in my first EP, recorded with Art Ward and Century Music. At Soul Train Studio, used to be Scrubs.
Soul Train, I love it. Hey, speaking of Soul Train, you've got a Motown background, bluegrass and country icons that you used to listen to. Man, that's a great wide variety. I've watched Soul Train many times too, and I'm the same way. I'm multi-genre. I listen to a lot of stuff. I was DJing 80s music before I got into country, but that 90s country came along and did it for me.
Oh man, well, when you recognize where music came from and where country music came from, you had Hank Williams learning from a blues man. You had people like Chuck Berry that shaped rock and roll with those guitar riffs.
Yep.
And came out of the rhythm blues and jazz and bluegrass. It's bluegrass is kin to some different types of music. You can play some bluegrass that's very jazzy, and then some of it is very simple Appalachian music. But that music shaped everything. And I grew up with my dad. Now he's spinning the platters, and we're listening to. I remember walking around as a little kid singing "Great Pretender," and if anybody ever remembers that song. Mm-hmm. I listened to Motown with him, and then we got in the truck. We listened to country music, and then when I go see my grandpa, he's playing bluegrass. So I got a wide exposure, and it really taught me to appreciate different forms of music.
Yeah, that is awesome. And there is so much great music out there. There is that Muscle Shoals out there in Alabama. It's got that Muscle Shoals sound. I saw, and I was doing some research on that. It wasn't country music. Even Cher was a part of that back in the day. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh man, Muscle Shoals is something else. Yeah, that I was actually wanting to record, and I like to before it's over with record in Muscle Shoals. Mm-hmm. I had checked with Fame Studios at one time before I recorded my first single, and they actually cost more than Nashville and weren't near as excited about recording me. So, but just the history in Muscle Shoals, and when you go back, Aretha and the Stones, and Wilson Pickett and Skinner, and you had music flowing out of the Shoals and definitely not country, but it was shaping a sound. And Rick Hall over there trying, of course, some of the old side stories were also, when you take the only players you got, and you take the only microphones and cables you got, stick them in the only place you have in that building you got, and it comes out with a certain sound, it doesn't sound quite as magical. But it tickles me now that people try to go retro, and we want that Muscle Shoals sound. Well, that Muscle Shoals sound was taking a cheap cable and attaching it to the only microphone you had and trying to set it up right for wherever you were micing.
Yep, that's kind of how I operate this radio show. No, I'm just kidding. Cheapest cable I can buy, I'm in for it. Well, speaking of Alabama, later on, you recorded your first single with my buddy Chemo Force. He's got his own group, Cash Creek. I've had them on the program several times, and he plays guitar for Alabama, and I guess he was also John Michael Montgomery's drummer. I did not know that. That's good stuff.
Oh, yeah. Chemo's awesome, dude.
Yeah, he is.
One of the first times I was at Randy Owens' farm, and they were playing, and I'm sitting with Peanut Montgomery, who was a songwriting legend, and that's the first time I'd ever got to talk with him. Well, it was raining. They were doing a special show or something, and Randy went to his, of course, lead singer of Alabama. He goes to his business office, and he's got folks lined up in the rain to go see him. Well, I'll be quite honest, I didn't care anything about standing in the rain, and I see Randy Owens when I drive down the road. So I went down there to the stage, which we were only sitting about 15, 20 feet away. Wade Hayes was down there with Chemo. Wow. And so I got to sit there, and I met Chemo and talked to Wade Hayes. Both of them super great guys. Mm-hmm. And got to be friends with Chemo. Next thing I know, he's laying tracks for my first single. I get to show up at his house and stand in his living room and record vocals. He's over there to the side eating Reese's cups. So,
that sounds like him. That's awesome.
That dude is incredible. Not only is he an incredible musician, because like you said, he was playing drums for John Michael Montgomery, mm-hmm. and playing lead guitar for Alabama.
Yep.
They were both touring at the same time. He would go to this, one over here and play, and then fly or drive back over here to the other one and play. But a lot of people don't know that he was considered one of the great audio capture guys in Nashville. So he's so multi-talented at an extremely high level.
Yep. I have interviewed several artists that he has produced, so he's a great producer too.
Yeah. Well, he's got I don't know which one it is, but I know one of the young ladies that he's working with now is an Owens, and I'm not sure which family she's out of, but she's charting over the EACM charts now too.
Yep.
So
that's good stuff. And speaking of Wade Hayes, I'll tell you a quick little story. When I got into country, I was telling you it was that 90s country that got me. The first ever concert when I was living in Oklahoma that I went to was Tracy Lawrence, and David Ball and Wade Hayes were opening for Tracy Lawrence at the Hardy Murphy Coliseum. That was my first experience at a country concert. I've been hooked ever since.
Oh man, that's a great combination right there, and underrated. I think all of those guys that you said to me are underrated.
Yeah.
They were stars in their own right, but they never got continued to have what I think they should have had.
Yeah. I agree. Stories like Private Malone, that song, iconic, the stories that it tells. And that's what is great about country music. I tell that all the time, I think it tells the best stories. And that is sure great for you as a songwriter, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Wood Newton was a writer on that. I've actually written with Wood over at the RCA building in Nashville. But yeah, that's an incredible story song, and that's what country used to be.
Yep.
It wasn't always grinding on the tailgate with whatever flavor of liquor is on our lips today. Which is, some of those songs are fine, but I just miss the rich, detailed story songs that were the root of country music.
Yep. You grew up in the river bottoms and the farmland there in Sandersville, Georgia. Your first song tonight is a really cool take on John Deere. It is Deere John, and the Deere has an E on the end of it, just like those John Deere tractors. So let's talk about this one, then we'll play it for the folks.
All right. Yeah, Deere John. I had written a song called It's Gone. It's also on the same album, about losing the farm. Got some true feelings in that one. And I was working on another one, and I've been trying to get in touch with Farm Aid, and I got some friends that are involved. And I said, I love writing a song about the farm, but I don't want to always write a song about losing the farm. It needs to be something a little better than that. And I had been listening to Cody Johnson's Rodeo, and I said, I love the perspective of that. And it had been in the back of my mind, not to copy, but just a different point of view than normal. So, John Deere is a metaphor for the farm. It's a metaphor for the American farmer and the struggles and whatnot.
Yep.
And I thought about that Dear John letter, and I said, what about a Dear John letter to a Dear John? And that's kind of how it started. And it honestly, I thought it was going to be some kind of campy song that was a little more humorous, and it ended up writing itself. And I think it became more of the real farm story, where you keep the farm.
Yeah.
And that's where it came out of. It was unique. I wasn't sure what to think about it when I got done. You got some of those songs that I liked it, but I couldn't put my finger on it. I'm looking at it. So I threw it to some of my people that give me a little feedback on the side, and every one of them came back and said, wow, we really love the point of view, and don't change anything. Just see where it goes.
Yeah.
So,
that's amazing, because that happens a lot in a song. Lyrics will change, the title will change, all of that kind of stuff before you wrap it up. And I'm looking at 3 minutes and 24 seconds, and that's pretty cool. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I'll tell you this, I had the privilege of talking to Michael Hinton, and he wrote this song called Talking Tractors. And so we definitely got to talk tractors for sure. And he's all about the American heritage of those old-timey tractors, and he's got a great collection of that. In fact, he bought one years ago. He was talking about, and he has it in his barn and all that, so nothing ever happens to it, and it's all taken care of from the weather and everything. So yeah, TalkingTractors.com is where you can check that out. And we're almost 250 years. We're getting ready to celebrate America, so that was perfect timing on that too. And same with your song, man. I love it.
Appreciate that.
You bet. Well, we're going to play Dear John, then we're going to come back and talk about life in a country song and 50 Years in Love from Craig Hendricks tonight on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this New Music Friday.
I always thought that things would get better. I'm sitting in a bank with a Dear John letter, Dear John. Through the day-to-day and the troubles we've had, all of our good times and all of the bad, Dear John. Now they want me to sign my life away, put my John Deere up for auction today. It'll take a miracle and praying hard to find a way to save this farm. 5 generations of sowing and reaping, and I'll be the one who just couldn't keep it. I know that life and times have changed, but nothing runs deeper than a farmer's pain when they take one piece at a time till his whole life's gone. Dear John. Well, I guess we've reached the end of our road. Nowhere to turn and no place to go, Dear John. We worked together to build this life. Now I'm watching my dreams just wither and die, Dear John. Don't want to say goodbye to you. Got till 5 o'clock for the bank to come through. Take a miracle and praying hard to find a way to save this farm. 5 generations of sowing and reaping, and I'll be the one that just couldn't keep it. I know that life and times have changed, but nothing runs deeper than a farmer's pain when they take one piece at a time till his whole life's gone. Dear John. When the call came in, I said, is it true? Said the farm is yours, son, the bank came through. It took a miracle and praying hard, but God made a way to save this farm. 5 generations of reaping and sowing, and I'll be the one to keep that going. I know that life and times have changed, but this old farm's worth the pain. If you don't think I fight for you, then you'd be wrong. Dear John. Dear John.
Once again, his name is Craig Hendricks. That is called Dear John. Great story behind that song. And I'll tell you what, we were talking off the air while that song was playing, and you've got an old, 63 International in your daddy's barn right now?
Yep, 63 International sitting under there right this second.
Wow. That's an old tractor. I was hatched in 62, so.
That tractor, all my life, when I was a teenager, my daddy would put me on that tractor, and I'd have to drive it from our house to our farm, hunting land.
Mm-hmm.
And it would take me, it's an all-day trip. You hook up the harrow or the bush hog or whatever, and I'd stick gas cans on top of that, and water for the radiator in case it didn't hold it. And when I was 14, 15 years old, I was spending the day right by myself, bush hogging or harrowing up food plots for deer.
Right.
That was back in the day where you made it happen.
Yeah.
You didn't have no YouTube video.
Yeah, to watch and see how to do things. That's exactly right. Well, that's a perfect segue to the title of the next song then. You Can Put Your Life in a Country Song. That's the title of this one. Tell us about it.
Life in a Country Song, it was kind of a flip and offhand song. I had just literally been told by everybody, you're never going to be able to do this. You're never going to be able to play music anywhere. Even if you're good enough to do it, you can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, well, that's the worst thing you can tell me. I'll go do it just because you said I can't.
Right.
But and that's kind of where it started. And I was piddling with the song, and I was making the offhand verses, and I said, yeah, and it's, my life's like a country song at this point. So, and that's kind of where it came from. It just came from walking that walk and having that idea in my head at the time that, yeah, I mean, me chasing country music, it's kind of like this has become a country song. And that's one that I'd like to revisit down the road. I had that one recorded in Covington, Georgia, and I like what we did with it, but I don't know. I thought that was one that I like to make the anthem that thing up a little bit one day. But I mean, I can't say I'm not proud of it because I am. But living your life, go live your best life. Sometimes that your life's like a country song. In this particular case, it's about the obstacles and getting over them, and sometimes your back's up against the rope. But I'll be quite honest, when I was in school, I wrote my best papers and did my best work when it was the last minute of the last day and my back was against the wall. And sometimes I guess I'm one of those kind of people that sometimes it took that kind of motivation or a kick. When you don't have a safety net, when you step out following music and you don't have a safety net, you learn to tighten it up, and life can get like a country song.
That's awesome. And the first part of this year, you were telling me before we got on the air tonight, it's been a little slow for you. Well, now things are really picking up for you, and you're getting busier and busier with gigs. And I'll tell you what, God takes care of those that are trying to do His will, and you're going out there telling these stories and impacting people's lives by doing that, whether you realize that or not. And you probably do, because you do a lot of meet and greets in your venues and things like that. You guys are the real deal, and having your wife Dee Dee supporting you and promoting you, she is a great asset, and your biggest supporter. So that is good stuff too. And we met her when you guys both come to Branson, and we think highly of you guys. You're awesome.
I appreciate that. We love y'all. I mean, I couldn't do what I do without her support, but she's excellent in logistics. But I mean, anybody going to step out following a dream, and you're married, you better take the temperature, your spouse's temperature on the subject before you do it.
Yep. Spending a lot of time together, but that is a blessing too. That's one of God's greatest blessings, is when you get along like that and you have your soulmate right there with you. You can make it through the bad times, and you can sure enjoy the good.
Absolutely.
50 Years in Love. I don't know if this is about you and Dee Dee, but tell us the title about the title of this one.
This 50 Years in Love is completely written for my parents. It's kind of funny because I got a set of kind of adopted friend parents that support me hugely up in Connecticut, and we found some odd connections up there, and I sang it for I think their 39th and 40th anniversary, but originally when it was written, my mom and daddy were telling me their little stories. And, my daddy retired 32 years as an educator. He was always thought of as fair. He was an elementary school principal. He ran a bus shop after that before he retired. And, he never made it huge, but he did so good for his family. And I remember the old stories of, when we first started, we we had to borrow this from my daddy just to be able to get by, or we didn't have a car. I remember my daddy bringing home his first new vehicle, and it was a Ranger pickup truck, straight shipped. This is back when the Ranger pickup trucks were small. They build them bigger now.
Yeah.
But they had their struggles, but that's how it used to be. You set out together, you worked hard, and you built a home, and then you worked hard at your career or your job goals or whatever you were doing.
Yep.
And you built it, and you got a lot of people nowadays, younger folks, that think it's instant. They want to mix it up like grits. It's put a little hot water on it and give it to me, and that's not how it was.
Yeah.
And which is why they had 50 Years in Love. I wrote it for the 50th anniversary. They didn't hear it until their 51st. And now they're going on 61.
Wow. That is amazing.
But yeah, and that's all it's about is they were ready for the world.
Mm-hmm. They raised children back then with values, and they're the same values that you carry on today, Craig. And we can tell just by listening to you in this conversation, man. That's good stuff.
And I appreciate that very much.
You're welcome.
And that's something I try to do is honor my mother and father. I'd never be good at one of those shows, those music shows. Yeah. I don't have a backstory. I had a good childhood. My parents didn't mistreat me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, everything was great. I came up running through the woods and hunting and fishing, and my folks loved me. I'll never make it on one of those music shows.
You got into the music business, it'll mistreat you a little bit.
The music industry will mistreat you a lot.
It'll chew you up and spit you out a little bit.
Yes, it will.
Well, I'm glad you're in it, my friend. This has been another great radio interview. Thanks for doing this tonight. I appreciate it, man. Where can we find Craig Hendricks? And I know it's real easy for me because I can go to the sponsors tab and click on your brand new website you got going on, but I'll let you tell it and everything else.
Well, first of all, congratulations on your anniversary.
Well, thank you.
You've been plugging away and helping folks like me for a good long while now.
Yeah,
and,
14 years this month. Thank you.
Much appreciated.
You bet.
But you can find me everywhere streaming downloads are at. I got YouTube Music, Craig Hendricks Music. You can find me on YouTube Music. I'm on Amazon. I'm on Apple. All those things. Spotify. Yeah, if you want to throw a 13th of a penny at me, go listen to me on Spotify.
All right.
But find me everywhere. But more important, get a hold of me. If anybody listening out there, come see a show. And if you can't catch mine, catch one of these other guys that that's getting played. That's these independent artists. Check them out. Find one you like, or just go check them out.
Yep.
It means the world to folks like me.
Absolutely. Well, and to really prove that you're a good guy, I wanted to say this too in the interview. As the date that this is going to air, you will have already done it, but you're going to be performing at 3rd and Lindsley for a charity event, and it's for songwriters who write hot songs, it says, for cool charities. And so that's going to be a great event, and you would have already done it by the time this thing airs, but I know that's going to be great, and you'll hopefully raise a lot of money for charity there.
Thank you for putting that out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was honored to be included with me and who we have.
We got KCP Young, her husband Mark, Jeff Batson. I love him.
Jeff Batson, yeah, Mark Lynn Young's buddy of mine now. He's a good fella, and him and his wife Casey are reason a lot of this is going on.
Mm-hmm.
And our super good friend Jenny, and they're putting this on for a benefit, and they're bringing in hit writers. We got Craig Campbell. I'm not looking at the chart right now, but I know some ladies are coming in here that have written for, Susie Bogus and
wow.
Just a number of Dina Carter and but they're huge writers and
Matricia Berg, if I can say that right, and Marla Cannon. Yeah. It looks like Marla Cannon Goodman.
Yes, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
But it's an honor to be included with this bunch of writers. It's not something that you get an opportunity. Everybody doesn't get an opportunity to be included on that level. So I'm very honored to be there.
Well, you are on that level, my friend, and keep doing your thing, and I will keep playing your music, man. This has been a lot of fun. Let's circle back around in a few months, and we'll do another one.
Let's do it again. Thank you so much. And as soon as we get back through there, we'll take you out to lunch.
Hey, that sounds like a plan. Always fun to do that with you, man. That was fun the first time. I look forward to it. Tell your wife we said hello, and we'll definitely be seeing you on the radio, my friend.
Thank you, my friend. I'll talk to you soon.
You bet. His name is Craig Hendricks. This is Life of the Country Song and 50 Years in Love coming up on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this New Music Friday.
In a cabin on the hill, said I wouldn't make it and I never will. So I set out to prove them wrong. Picked up this old guitar, walked outside and wished on a star. Then I wrote this country song. And it's about my life, my fears, my hurts and my tears. Just seem to flow on and on. And it's about my dreams, my hopes, my back up against the ropes, where you know you can't go wrong when you write your life into a country song. A few months later on a Nashville street, a hard-headed boy with a bag of dreams waited my turn to take the stage. Well, I know tonight that I play for free. This is where I was meant to be, with a hope that'll never fade. 'Cause it's about my life, my fears, my hurts and my tears. Just seem to flow on and on. And it's about my dreams, my hopes, my back up against the ropes, where you know you can't go wrong when you write your life into a country song. Standing up here and looking at the crowd, laughing and smiling and singing out loud. This is right where I belong, living my life like a country song. Y'all sing along, 'cause it's about my life, my fears, my hurts and my tears. Just seems to flow on and on. It's about my dreams, my hopes, my back up against the ropes, where you know you can't go wrong. It's about my life, my fears, my hurts and my tears. Just seem to flow on and on. And it's about my dreams, my hopes, my back up against the ropes, where you know you can't go wrong when you write your life into a country song.
Of the best in new country starts now on KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
They were ready for the world. They knew they would go far with a fixer-upper house and a broken down old car. They didn't have much. What they had was enough, and that's what it looks like, 50 years in love. Love, it ain't easy, you learn it as you go. The sweetest corn to eat is the toughest road to hoe. They held hands and walked down the path that they had chosen, and that's what it looks like, 50 years in love. Love ain't for the weak. perfect rose. Love, it is a journey. You don't get there in a day. You have to walk in faith. Let it lead the way. Perfected in weakness, two becomes one. That's what it looks like. 50 years in love. They just grew closer through all the years. A life with no regret, shared happiness and tears. They once some and they lost some, but their passion still remains. For love has got to live outside a picture frame. Love ain't for the weak of heart, that's how it goes. You have to mind the thorns to pick a perfect rose. And love, it is a journey. You don't get there in a day. You have to walk in faith. Let it lead the way. Perfected in weakness, two becomes one. That's what it looks like. 50 years in love. She's pretty as a picture, though her hair is bouncing gray. She loves him with a fire that'll never fade away. And his love for her is just as strong, though he doesn't say it much. He shows her with a kiss and tells her with a touch. And that's what it looks like. 50 years in love. And that's what it looks like. 50 years in love. In love.
How about another great interview with my good friend Craig Hendricks? That was awesome, Craig. Thank you for doing the program tonight, helping me celebrate 14 years of doing this program and 50 years in love. I don't know if I can do 50 of loving this program, but we're going to try to do some more. That is for sure. Thank you for being a big part of it tonight. What a great story and a great interview. After this live show is over, that will end up in the Tim Kelly Show interview archives as well. That tab at the top of the homepage at KICR-IndieCountryRadio.com. And you can find Craig Hendricks real easy by hitting the sponsors tab on that website as well and clicking on his logo. It'll take you right to his website, brand new website, and everything he's got going on over there. I am on that website right now. Scroll down just a little bit. You'll see a radio player. It says Radio Boss. That is for the live audio. Click play on that one, and then right underneath it, a YouTube link. And I am live on YouTube. It's embedded into the website as well over at KICR Indie Country Radio. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It'll notify you when I go on the air next. Now, I'm going to take a week off, and then I'll come back on June the 5th on another New Music Friday edition of this show. This is a throwback New Music Friday, so I'm playing artists that I have played when I first got started doing this program. This next artist I got to meet about 10 years ago in Nashville, Tennessee. I went to junior high school with his mom in Fort Scott, Kansas. He's originally from Hot Springs, Arkansas, now making his music out of Nashville, Tennessee. And since it is New Music Friday, how about Friday Feeling from Blaine Howard on KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
Baby, got a bad case of the Mondays. The weekend's gone and I can't wait for it to start again. I need to fast forward through this working week, a little letting loose and a lot of you and me. I gotta get to you, 'cause you give me that Friday feeling.
Give me that Friday feeling, girl, give me that Friday feeling. The smile on your face, everything you do, girl, is washing away the rest of my week. Knowing that you're mine is the only reason that I need to have a good time. Feeling right all night, the weekend's far from Monday. When I'm with you, I ain't gotta wait. 'Cause you give me that Friday feeling, you give me that Friday feeling, give me that Friday feeling, girl, give me that Friday feeling all week long. Baby, running with you was like freedom. Wide open there, I can see it. When you come around, I know a far-off place where we can go all night with a little moonlight glow. Yeah, you take me there, 'cause you give me that Friday feeling. Give me that Friday feeling, girl, give me that Friday feeling. Smile on your face, everything you do, girl, is washing away the rest of my week. Knowing that you're mine is the only reason that I need to have a good time. Feeling right all night, the weekend's far from Monday. When I'm with you, I ain't gotta wait. 'Cause you give me that Friday feeling, you give me that Friday feeling, give me that Friday feeling, girl, give me that Friday feeling all week long. You give me that Friday feeling, give me that Friday feeling, girl, give me that Friday feeling. The smile on your face, everything you do, girl, is washing away the rest of my week. Knowing that you're mine is the only reason that I need to have a good time. Feeling right all night, the weekend's far from Monday. When I'm with you, I ain't gotta wait. 'Cause you give me that Friday feeling, you give me that Friday feeling, give me that Friday feeling, girl, give me that Friday feeling. You give me that Friday feeling, give me that Friday feeling, girl, give me that Friday feeling all week long.
This hour of The Tim Kelly Show is sponsored by Will Theory Music. Check out Will Theory Music on the sponsors page at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com and at WillTheoryMusic.com.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's country.
I love absolutely every single song they play. This station is dangerously good.
This is Today's Country.
I like the music. I like the DJs.
There's even more to like.
I like everything about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
Now this is my kind of country. New country. New country. New country.
I never fit in school. I wasn't wild, I wasn't cool. Got lost in the crowd, far from standing out. I stayed in on Friday nights, alone with my thoughts, trying to write a song for people just like me. Someone that no one sees. This is for the ones who don't feel pretty, the little bit strange, messed up, confused. This is for the ones who wanna sing it with me. 5, 4, 3, 2. This is for the ones who don't feel pretty. I always felt different, tried to hide it, didn't wanna get caught being something I'm not. On the outside looking in, a stranger trapped in my own skin. Had to make a change, had to let the real me sing. This is for the ones who don't feel pretty, the little bit strange, messed up, confused. This is for the ones who wanna sing it with me. 5, 4, 3, 2. This is for the ones who don't feel pretty. This is for the ones who don't feel pretty. If you're feeling all alone, left out like you're on your own, lift your head up, don't you see? We're not that different, you and me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is for the ones who don't feel pretty. Sing it with me, sing it with me. This is for the ones who don't feel pretty.
Her name is Risa Binder. The song is called Pretty. She's got a pretty voice, and she is pretty as well. She gave me the biggest hug when I walked off the stage at the Nashville Universe Awards in 2016 and won Radio Station of the Year and Radio Personality of the Year. Stormy Warren, then from Sirius XM The Highway, handing those awards out to us. And I'll never forget that night, Risa Binder. And she was the first one to congratulate me and give me a big old hug at the world-famous Wild Horse Saloon. We met back in 2016, and that same year she was opening for the great Ronnie Millsap. She had it going on for sure. This next artist has it going on right now. She is currently signed to Big Machine Records. She's been a special guest on this program a couple of times. She's from Hope, Arkansas, and she is one of my great friends, Mae Estes. This is called Your Hands on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this Throwback New Music Friday.
I've seen your hands grease stained, turn a wrench, swing a hammer, take apart a V8, put it back together and never miss a move. They just know what to do. And I've seen your hands 10 and 2 headed east on 40, hometown in the rear view. You left for me, letting go of everything so I could chase a dream. Steady and true and strong, and right where I belong. Holding a beer on a Friday night, holding a match when I need a light, holding the door and my old guitar, there on my knee in a crowd in a dive bar, holding a ring in my heart for the rest of my life. Wearing that band, I hope your hand's always holding mine. I felt your hands in the dark, light me up all over, running through my hair and pulling me closer like nobody else. You know me better than I know myself. You pick me up when I can't stand, like my mama prayed for, kind of man. Holding a beer on a Friday night, holding a hope your hands always holding mine. Holding mine.
Hey, Branson.
From Branson, Missouri.
The show is on tonight.
Throwback meets new fire.
On country radio, right?
14 years and running.
Still bringing you the best.
Indie hearts, new country.
Put it to the test. Tim Kelly Show.
New Music Friday.
Let it roll, let it roll.
New country's best.
By indie artists.
Tim Kelly Show.
The Tim Kelly Show.
Celebrating 14 years.
The Tim Kelly Show.
Branson, Missouri.
The Tim Kelly Show. Baby, turn down the lights. You're pushing all the right buttons tonight. Yeah, that's how you do it. Like there's nothing to it. How could I refuse it? Now we're making music. Baby, you turn me on like the radio. Singing that sweet love song and dancing slow. How you make love so easy, I'll never know. Baby, you turn me on like the radio. You and I are both dialed in, coming in loud and clear like an FM station. Now my heart is beating, you got my soul singing. It's hard to believe it, it's better than a dream did. Baby, you turn me on like the radio, singing that sweet love song and dancing slow. How you make love so easy, I'll never know. Baby, you turn me on like the radio. You got me at your fingertips, playing my heart like a song again. Baby, you turn me on like the radio, singing that sweet love song and dancing slow. How you make love so easy, I'll never know. Baby, you turn me on like the radio. Baby, you turn me on like the radio, singing that sweet love song and dancing slow. How you make love so easy, I'll never know. Baby, you turn me on like the radio.
Her name is Rainey Qualley. She is the daughter of actress Andie MacDowell that played in Groundhog Day, and she's been in a lot of other movies. She's currently in a TV series right now. Her daughter dabbled in country music for a little while, and she was pretty good at it. Turn Me On Like the Radio from Rainey Qualley. I love that song, and thanks for turning me on the radio and doing it for the last 14 years. How have you put up with me that long? I sure do appreciate it, though. I got to meet this next artist back in 2014 in Nashville, Tennessee at a great award show we were hanging out at. His name is Tony Corrales from the Tony Corrales Band. He is from Arizona, and this is an all-time favorite song of mine. It is called Fight for Your Love on KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this Throwback New Music Friday.
I still open doors for you, baby. Give you a kiss goodnight. And even when things turn out wrong, I do my best to make it right. You used to leave little notes. I'd find I see you're in love, but lonely. So I'm gonna fight for your love. Show you everything this man is made of. And I take one hell of a beating to learn how to treat you right. 'Cause girl, I'm not going down without a fight. I miss you when you're gone, even just for the day. All the beauty I still see in you just takes my breath away. You used to walk up behind and wrap your loving arms around me. I wanna be your one and only. I see you're in love, but lonely. So I'm gonna fight for your love. Show you everything this man is made of. And I take one hell of a beating to learn how to treat you right. 'Cause girl, I'm not going down without a fight. Baby, I'm gonna fight to make this house a home. And I'm sorry I made you feel so alone. So I'm gonna fight for your love. Show you everything this man is made of. And I take one hell of a beating to learn how to treat you right. 'Cause girl, I'm not going down. No, 'cause girl, I'm not going down without a fight. No.
This is Nick Taylor, and you're listening to The Tim Kelly Show's New Music Friday on KICR Indie Country Radio, playing new country's best.
Under heavy rain, thin line between joy and pain. It's a long, strange trip, it's all insane. You ain't never gonna be the same. Living life through the night, thin line of a lightning strike. Sometimes the only light when the moon is tucked away. Pistons pumping, minds are racing. It's hard to sleep, man, when I'm shaking. Bad news surrounds me, it's always found me creeping up when things are good. Yeah, the dark days find a way. Loud thunder, heavy rain, thin line between joy and pain. It's a long, strange trip, it's all insane. You ain't never gonna be the same. Living life through the night, thin line of the lightning strike. It's sometimes the only light when the moon is tucked away. The camera captures all the things that make us turn from what we see. It's always rolling
won't stop rolling. I haven't slept in 3 damn days. Yeah, but who needs that anyway? Loud thunder, heavy rain, thin line between joy and pain. It's a long, strange trip, it's all insane. You ain't never gonna be the same. Living life through the night, thin line of the lightning strike. Sometimes the only light when the moon is tucked away. Strange trip, it's all insane. You ain't never gonna be the same. Living life through the night, thin line of a lightning strike. It's sometimes the only light when the moon is tucked away. Loud thunder, heavy trip, it's all insane. You ain't never gonna be the same. Loud thunder, heavy rain. Loud thunder, heavy
That is none other than the great Cody Jinks from Texas, one of the biggest names in independent artist country music that there ever has been, and lots of people know and listen to him. He's got hundreds of thousands of followers. Cody Jinks, Loud and Heavy. Well, this next artist recorded this next song when she was 14 years young. Met her back in 2014. I absolutely love Tori Wilson, and this is called Just Press Play. Reminder that she was 14 when she recorded this. Check it out on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best, on this Throwback New Music Friday.
Pulling down old boxes full of empty lockets, picture frames that I never felt, half-finished letters I've had forever. I swore I'd send, but probably never will. I don't spend too much time looking at the back half of my life, but tonight I'm lost. I'm way past gone, replaying all those memories like our old favorite song. Wish I could just press play and you'd be here to stay, but like an AM radio station, you just fade away. If I had my way, I could just press play. Time's moved on, and it don't feel wrong. Where I am is where I wanna be. But every once in a while, wish I could share the miles and see you somewhere other than my dreams. I don't spend too much time looking at the back half of my life, but tonight I'm lost. I'm I'm way past gone. Replaying all those memories like our old favorite song. Wish I could just press play and you'd be here to stay. But like an AM radio station, you just fade away. If I had my way, I could just press play. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't spend too much time looking at the back half of my life, but tonight I'm lost, way past gone. Replaying all those memories like our old favorite song. Wish I could just press play and you'd be here to stay. Like that AM radio station, you just fade away. If I had my way, I could just press play. Whoa.
Good Friday, turn it up, don't wait. Fresh tracks on the highway, yeah, it's sounding great. It's the Tim Kelly Show, New Music Friday, the best in new indie country coming your way. From small town bars to the big main stage glow, New Music Friday on the Tim Kelly Show.
These walls could talk, I know what they'd say. Man, you must be crazy for letting her leave that way. You should pick up the phone, beg her to turn back. Can't you see that she's the best thing that you've ever had? Don't be a fool, throw out your pride. Tell her that you love her for the rest of your life, and that you didn't mean for things to go this far. Tell her that you need her and how lucky you are, 'cause a love like that you don't find every day. If these walls could talk, well, that's what they say. Take a look around at the memories you've made. Now, was it all for nothing? Was it all done in vain? Oh, you could turn out the lights, you can try to hide the pictures. Oh, but tomorrow's gonna come, and believe me, man, you're gonna miss her. Don't be a fool, throw out your pride. Tell her that you love her for the rest of your life, and that you didn't mean for
things to go this far. Tell her that you need her and how lucky you are. 'Cause a love like that you don't find every day. If these walls could talk, yeah, that's what they say. Oh, don't be a fool. Throw out your pride. Tell her that you love her for the rest of your life. That you didn't mean for things to go this far. Tell her that you need her and how lucky you are. 'Cause a love like that you don't find every day. If these walls could talk, well, that's what they say.
That is another one of my all-time favorite songs. His name is Reggie Shaw from Nashville, Tennessee. If These Walls Could Talk. Man, I've played some great songs over the years. Glad to relive these tonight and 14 years of doing this program in country radio. How about this talented young lady from Texas? Her name is Macy Martin. It is called Me With You. I'm Tim Kelly. It's me with you tonight on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio on this Throwback New Music Friday.
I like a sandy beach on a sunny day, a real good book when it rains. I like to dip my fries in a chocolate shake. That's what I call a beautiful thing. I like a little bit of honey on my toast, but on top of the list of what I love most is you and me with you. The perfect one for a perfect two. A golden dream, sugar sweet and true. That's me with you. That look in your eyes when you make me laugh is worth about $3 million. And I don't feel the cold when your coat's around my shoulders and all the leaves are falling in love. Your smile stays with me when I'm alone, but on top of the list of what I love most is you and me with you. The perfect one for a perfect two. A golden dream, sugar sweet real strong.
Indie artists singing right where they belong.
Come on in, turn it up tonight.
Fresh new country burning bright.
Every note feels like home on the Tim Kelly Show. New country's best. Let it go. The Tim Kelly Show. The Tim Kelly Show. 14 years we know. Throwback to the new. Here we go. New country's best.
Fight indie artists.
The Tim Kelly Show.
From Branson,
Missouri. I get the dog, you get the fancy whiskey. But we agreed to split the bar up 50-50. For me that's alright, 'cause it's a Friday night. And I get the first and third of the month, so it's my right. Till you walked right in my line of sight, low-key trying to pick a fight. I could wish you well and walk away and be all namaste. Namaste right here and drink this beer. There ain't nothing but goodbye for you here. You can turn around, 'cause I'm not walking away. Namaste right here, finish this beer, so you can go ahead and disappear. If you're thinking I'm a bungle boy, bye, not today. Namaste. Go find a pub down the street, somewhere that ain't fine, because the bartender never really liked your kind. The kind that likes to cheat, no tipping deadbeat. The kind of mistake a good girl makes and then never repeats. I'd like to tell your friend with the big rear end, you're just in it for a one-night stand. Or I could wish you well and walk away and be all namaste. Namaste right here and drink this beer. There ain't nothing but goodbye for you here. You can turn around, 'cause I'm not walking away. Namaste right here, finish this beer, so you can go ahead and disappear. If you're thinking I'm a bungle boy, bye, not today. Namaste. Namaste right here, finish this beer, so you can go ahead and disappear. If you're thinking I'm a bungle boy, bye, not today. Oh, if you're thinking I'm a bungle boy, bye, not today. Namaste. Namaste. Oh, namaste. Namaste. If you're thinking I'm a bungle boy,
She is an alumni artist of Team Blake from NBC's The Voice and our good friend from Smithville, Missouri, up around Kansas City. Her name is Cassie Joy. That is C-A-S-I, Cassie Joy, and a great tune called Namaste, one of my all-time favorites as well. We got to meet this next young lady back in 2014, something like that, at a Relay for Life event in Joplin, Missouri. She is from El Dorado Springs, Missouri, and our good friend Camber Kane. This is called Maybe I Just Might on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this Throwback New Music Friday night.
I've been the kind of girl who takes it slow. I've fallen fast but I've always had control. I've never let myself get out too far. Beyond those lines I had drawn when it came to my heart. But I'm thinking maybe I just might let myself go. Whether it's wrong or right, no one needs to know. Get a little reckless, step out on that ledge, fall into someone's arms tonight. Maybe I just might. Well, I put my watch up in the dresser drawer, going out somewhere that I've never been before. I'll take a chance if it's a chance we're taking. Could do some good to do a little changing. And I'm feeling maybe I just might let myself go. Whether it's wrong or right, no one needs to know. Get a little reckless, step out on that ledge, fall into someone's arms tonight. Maybe I just might live my life like it's just begun. Do some things I've never done. Stay out till the morning sun. Maybe I just might let myself go. Whether it's wrong or right, no one needs to know. Get a little reckless, step out on that ledge, fall into someone's arms tonight. Maybe I just might. Maybe I just might. Maybe I just might. Maybe I just might.
You're listening to The Tim Kelly Show's New Music Friday on KICR Indie Country Radio, playing New Country's best.
I can hook a trailer on the 2-inch hitch. I can shoot a shotgun, I can catch a fish. I can change a tire on the side of a road. Yeah, I know a few things a man ought to know. How to know when it's love, how to stay when it's tough, how to know you're messing up a good thing, and how to fix it before it's too late. And yeah, I know a boy who gave up and got it wrong. If you really love a woman, you don't let her go. Yeah, I know a few things a man ought to know. If I can't have it, I can do without. I can hang a picture same as I can take it down. And how to keep it hidden when a heart gets broke. Yeah, I know a few things a man ought to know. How to know when it's love, how to stay when it's tough, how it's too late. And yeah, I know a boy who gave up and got it wrong. If you really love a woman, you don't let her go. Yeah, I know a few things a man ought to know. How to know when it's love, how to stay when it's tough, how to chase forever down a driveway, how to never let it get there in the first place. And yeah, I know a boy who gave up and got it wrong. If you really love a woman, you don't let her go. Well, I know a few things a man ought to know. Yeah, I know a few things a man ought to know.
That is the song that launched the career of Lainey Wilson. It is called Things a Man Ought to Know. Now she is hosting the CMA Awards. She's CMA Entertainer of the Year. She won that 2 years ago, and she is married. How about that? Watching the career of these young artists and independent artists that I have played over the last 14 years has been amazing for sure. How about we end the show with my good buddy from season number 6 of NBC's The Voice. He was also on Team Blake from LaPorte, Texas, and now he has a daughter and he is married. His daughter's name is Whitley, no doubt named after the great Keith Whitley. My buddy Jake Worthington. This is called Closing Time. It's almost that time on KICR Indie Country Radio on this new music throwback Friday night.
It ain't the stories that old jukebox tells. It ain't calling shots over 8-ball felt. Ain't how the neon shines through a smoke-filled room. Ain't hard to understand what keeps me on this stool. It just ain't close enough to closing time for me to leave this bar and our love behind. I know I'll close my tab with you off my mind. It just ain't close enough to closing time. It takes half a day and half a night to make half a man feel half alright. And when I hear last call, I'll get to leave this place. Oh, but as it sits, I still see your face. It just ain't close enough to closing time for me to leave this bar and our love behind. I know I'll close my tab with you off my mind. It just ain't close enough to closing time. It just ain't close enough. foxtails. It ain't calling shots over 8-ball film.
Once again, his name is Jake Worthington, and that is called Closing Time. Thank you for helping me relive and celebrate 14 years of the best in new indie country music on the radio. Let's do another 14. What do you say? All right. I will talk to you on the radio real soon. Thanks for being here tonight, and I appreciate it. The Tim Kelly Show is produced by Tim Kelly Productions. Like the Tim Kelly Show on social media, and I will like you right back. Until next time, I will see you on the radio. Bye-bye, everybody.
I can put you in a cornfield in downtown Manhattan. Close your eyes and reel that old zip code. I can put you on a riverbank while you're fighting traffic. I'm a song, I'll see you on the radio. Turn me on and turn it up. I can make you smile, make you cry, turn back the pages of your life. Turn me on. I'll see you on the radio. I can take you back to high school, gym floor, and a slow dance. First love, first kiss, second base down that old dirt road. When it's freezing cold, I can sink your toes in warm white sand. I'm a song, I'll see you on the radio. Turn me on and turn it up. I can make you smile, make you cry, turn back the pages of your life. So turn me on. I'll see you on the radio. I'm young, I'm old, I'm country, I'm rock and roll. So turn me on and turn it up. Let me make you smile, make you